You guys have really gone far here. And Jack Dorsey's smart. He knows he got singled out. He knows that he went a little too far, and El Presidente is looking at him. And so he's got the people rebelling at Twitter saying, do more, ban them all, purge everyone. He's like, hold your horses, sweethearts. We're going to get them. We just got to be very delicate about it. I mean, he's been leading the vanguard, and I welcome him backing off of it. But that's why he went on Hannity, who he knows talks to the president every day, and said, oh, I'm not censoring anybody. I'm not shadow banning. Really? That's why as soon as you took the shadow ban off us, we went from 20 retweets to 10,000. You know why InfoWars is still on Twitter, but banned everywhere else? By Apple, by Google, by Facebook, by Spotify, by Stitcher, by WebChimp, by Discuss. They even have the Democrats going after our servers, trying to file false reports on those to get our servers taken down. We could go down any time. That's what's happening in America right now. The only reason we're still on Twitter is because of this tweet from the president. Twitter, shadow banning prominent Republicans, not good. We will look into this discriminatory and illegal practice at once. Many complaints. And look, I welcome Jack Dorsey not being the vanguard of censorship like he's been the last few years. Twitter's a very interesting thing he invented, very, very nice. The problem is they let Democrats be as violent and threatening and out of control as they want, Islamists, you name it. They take us questioning David Hogg, who's in 3 different videos saying, I was at home when the shooting started, I rode my bike, and then the shooting was over by then, and then him saying he was in the school while the shooting's happening. And I've got those videos. And that he was there when it started. I mean, I've got all the news reports right here. I've already moved past that. I'm not saying the school shooting didn't happen. But you can go to Jamie White's article, update, confusion over where David Hogg was during school shooting. 3 different videos of him saying 3 different things. Now, in a free country, I'm allowed to point this out. If David Hogg thinks that's defamatory, his words, he can sue me, he can win in court. But just people filing lawsuits on me doesn't mean I get taken off the internet. Just like they say if Mueller indicts you, it means you're a Russian agent. But none of the indictments are about espionage. None of them are about collusion. It's all about bank accounts from 15 years ago. All right, I said I'd get to it. But a lot was breaking during the break. So a lot I can't get into on air right now. But I can tell you right now, the White House is watching this very, very closely. So, yeah, Jack Dorsey, Google, all you guys, Twitter, Apple, you guys have really gone far here. And Jack Dorsey's smart. He knows he got singled out. He knows that he went a little too far, and El Presidente is looking at him. And so he's got the people rebelling at Twitter saying, do more, ban them all, purge everyone. He's like, hold your horses, sweethearts. We're going to get them. We just got to be very delicate about it. I mean, he's been leading the vanguard. And I welcome him backing off of it. But that's why he went on Hannity, who he knows talks to the president every day, and said, oh, I'm not censoring anybody. I'm not shadow banning. Really? That's why as soon as you took the shadow ban off us, we went from 20 retweets to 10,000. The next day after Trump did that, all of our tweets started working again. They were dialed down to nothing. To nothing. And then they play this game. Nobody's censoring. But now they're out in the open admitting that they're censoring everybody. And the question is, why are they doing this? And I'll get to it next segment. I said I would. This segment, I need another earpiece. I need to throw this one away. This is the broken one. I need a good one that keeps popping out. It's driving me crazy. Thanks. I'm just information overload at this point, too. There is so much insanity going on. They have said they want an uprising and overthrow a coup d'etat against the president. They've said they're in a civil war, the last civil war. They've said that they want to purge all conservatives and patriots off the internet, and now it's happening. And what are we going to do about it? They're making their move. They're making their move because America's coming back. America's coming together. The police are turning against Antifa and even places like San Francisco and Berkeley and arresting them and none of the patriots. We ran into a lot of liberal police in San Francisco who came over to our crew off record and said, look, I'm a liberal, but I like you guys and know what your real message is, and we watch you. And that's why they went from the police protecting Antifa just a few months ago and letting them beat people up to the police going after them and doing their job and not following the illegal orders of their globalist police chief. And who knows, maybe the police chief isn't a globalist, but they gave bad orders before to sit there and aid and abet this whole situation. But it's amazing to see CNN running around saying, shut Alex Jones down on Twitter. He says David Hogg is a crisis actor. He says David Hogg wasn't there during the shooting. He says no shooting happened. I said no such thing. I said he's in the drama club. Out of 3,000 students, 4 of them get picked who are already anti-gun, who've already given anti-gun speeches, to be the spokespersons for all the other kids. And then all the other young people don't get to go on the news and sell their point of view. And then David Hogg leads huge rallies all over the country, calls me a con artist, says I'm a snake oil salesman, and I politely respond back to him, and then they say I'm beating up on some young person and I'm a bully. Hogg is in a man's world out there blaming gun owners for what happened. And it's all back again, see? And they keep running the headlines. Jones says nobody died at Parkland. They cannot find the video. They cannot find the audio. With Sandy Hook, because I used to play devil's advocate, they can. Because I was looking at all the angles, having people on for debates, looking at anomalies, saying I can see how it totally happened. A lot of these parents look very credible. I would say the other. They take that out and sue me for that. Obviously, that's protected under the First Amendment. But now the Democrats are all over the news saying, we want to get rid of New York Times versus Sullivan that defends the free speech. We want to basically repeal the First Amendment. That's what they're doing in their desperateness to suppress everybody. So that's why this is so incredibly historic. All right, when we come back, I'm going to be very focused, and I'm going to get into how they may try to take Trump out and what I think is coming next and why they've shut me off the air, because they don't want me to be able to communicate to the full audience ahead of this so we can't report on it in live time, because they know what we say keeps coming true, that our credibility is so high, especially with intelligence agencies and others. They want us muffled, but it's backfired on them. So what are they going to do now? Dinesh D'Souza's coming on, and one of the heroes of Benghazi.
You know, someone very profoundly once said many years ago that if fascism ever comes to America, it'll come in the name of liberalism.
He goes to jail. He goes to jail. Lock him up.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
Look at that. Everybody else is just like yellow or clear. That's because it's been denatured, it's been watered down. We didn't do that. You think I would metaphysically sell you something that this is the very best I can get? I'd rather go to hell than do that. I will only give you the maximum best info, the maximum truth, the maximum product, because I want that goodwill. What I do to you, I do to myself. Don't you get the big secret? You ever seen fish oil look like that? No, you never seen that, have you? And this little jewel right here is solid, liquid consciousness. Look it up. Find out how even the FDA and the government admits fish oil is incredible. The number one thing anybody can do for themselves is take good fish oil or krill oil. Just like our information is dynamite, so are our products, InfoWarsStore.com.